Zugno. Yeah. We be chopping it up. What around town, we be chopping it up.
What's up, everybody out there in TV land? I know you guys are excited on today because I'm excited. First of all, you tuned in to the Chopping It Up podcast. I am the host, Mr. Anthony Cloud, AC the Barber, whatever you want to call me, right here at Elegant Cuss Barbershop, 2107 South College, right here in Bryan, Texas, 77803. Now that I got all that out the way, man, you're looking at this guy to my right, maybe to your left, but check this out. This man has been, how can I say, in my corner, on my block, on my street, everything. In my DMs, everything. And hey, man, I can speak a lot of things about this young man here, but one thing I can say, he is a true man of God. And for all of y'all that don't know what a true man of God is, you're looking at him. So, hey, take it how you want to take it. I said it. But as I turn aside, I would like to introduce none other than Dr. Willis Brooks. Say what's up to the people.
Hello, people. First of all, thank you, AC, for having me on today. Man, I'm excited. I'm ready to get right into it.
Well, preacher, I'm going to call you preacher. At the end of the day, Doc, just getting started out, man, again, man, I want to thank you for, for accepting the invite, coming out, man, and just
no doubt,
just speaking to the people, man. But man, if for somebody that don't know you, like, who is Willis Brooks?
Man, that's a hard question. I don't usually talk about myself. But who am I? Willis Brooks. I was born in Brenham, Texas, raised in a small town called Clay Station. Many people don't know what that's at. That's between Independence and Snook. They probably don't know where that's at either. But nevertheless, small country town, population probably about 300 at its peak. But I went from there. I joined the military. I got married. I went off to college and got several degrees. I'm a pastor. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a firearms instructor. I'm a educational specialist, behavior specialist. But of all that, I'm a servant of God, a servant for the people.
Hey, man, look, well said. Man, that man got a lot on his plate, man. I'm going to tell you that right now. I can't even say half of that because I ain't did none of that. But at the end of the day, preacher, man, man, my hat's off to you, man. I know with just us being here having conversations, man, just in the barbershop, it's just been a good thing to hear how you handle situations, because a lot of times, Doc, I don't handle them right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm thinking like a Negro. You get what I'm saying? Like but you on the other hand, man, how do you handle like adversity with having all of those hats?
First, I have to ask myself who I represent, because you say you want to be a Negro. I used to want to be that Negro, but then I realized who I was representing.
Yeah, I
can't say I'm a man of God if I'm acting like everybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't say I am who I am if I'm cussing folk out because they cuss me.
Yeah.
So what helped me is I have to ask myself daily, who am I representing?
Yeah.
First and foremost, I call myself a man of God. Am I representing God properly?
Wow.
Then secondly, am I representing my family properly?
Yeah.
Because no matter how I try to keep stuff separate, if it comes back to me, it comes back to the wife and kids.
Yeah, that's true.
And then thirdly, and you can probably go and look at the order that I got them in, it's crazy. And then thirdly, after I look at God, after I look at my family, then I think about you stand up every Sunday in front of these folk.
Yeah.
You not only represent yourself, but you represent all these people now.
Yeah, yeah.
So once I got that under control and understood, hey, it's not about you.
Yeah.
Everything else is smooth sailings. Now that don't say no. There are some days I want to put hands on folk.
Yeah, y'all heard that right?
And not the holy ones.
Yeah, yeah, not the holy hands. You know, not with the oil on that.
But you have to ask yourself,
Yeah,
who you representing?
yeah, man, that's good, preacher. Because you know, a lot of times when we get angry or we get frustrated, sometimes it's hard to think why I do this. But you have to consider that. To be honest, you know, because man, I wasn't too smart in school, so I don't think like that. Man, I ain't. Man, my elevator don't go all the way to the top sometimes. So I want to react the way I react, but I have to get out of mind.
I had to learn that.
Yeah.
I had to learn that through the military, and then
What you mean through the military? What you mean? Like, what they taught you that? How to handle stuff?
They teach you discipline,
Yeah.
and once you get discipline under control, everything else is secondary. Because if you really think about it, the only thing we really have control of is ourselves.
Man, that is simple but right.
And that gets me in trouble at the house too.
How that?
Cause I don't argue.
Man, how you on?
I just leave. I leave the room. I come back later when you done calm down. We can talk about it. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
Cause if we both arguing,
Yeah.
you're not gonna.
Man, I wish I had your character.
I had an old preacher tell me one time,
Mm-hmm.
if you argue with a fool too long,
Yeah.
you may not be able to tell the difference.
Hello, somebody.
So you can't argue with yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
And so eventually you calm down.
Yeah.
Now I might be mad, but I'm not gonna argue with you. I'll come back when you're ready to talk.
Yeah.
We two adults.
Yeah. Man, you know, with that perspective though, Doc, man, I can honestly say I haven't arrived there yet because I want to get my point across.
We do.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's all about how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it goes back to your why.
Yep.
Who am I representing?
Mm-hmm.
So it never gets away from the potential beginning of it, well, what you just said at the beginning, man. So, you know, taking on that, man, it speaks volumes, you know what I'm saying? And that's, I never looked at it like that. No, because a lot of people say, well, man, this is what I do it for. Yeah, but for yourself, who am I representing?
And then if you ask yourself, what's the ultimate goal?
Yeah,
You're not gonna get it arguing. One of us has to be the adult.
that's true. That's true.
One of us has
Yeah,
to be the adult.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. I'm already wild, y'all. So I know this is my counseling session. So hey, y'all just hang on in here with me. This is for me. It ain't for y'all. It's for me. But again, though, preacher man, what got you into ministry, though, Doc? Like,
Oh man, my family they weren't very religious. So I can remember when I got invited to the church, and in the small town we lived in, there were two churches. There was a Methodist church and a Baptist church.
Okay.
One was first and third, the other was second and fourth. And there was a lady by the name of Esther Jewell. I'll never forget it. I was outside playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
She came up. She said, "I want you to come to church." I said, "I'm not coming to no church. I ain't got no clothes to wear to church."
Mm-hmm.
She went and bought me my first suit, my first tie, my pants, and everything. And I started at the Methodist. I think I was 11 or 12 at the time.
Yeah.
But then I left the Methodist and went to the Baptist. I never thought that I was going to be in ministry. I was just going to church because the Baptist had a new pastor.
Yeah.
And he was on fire.
Yeah.
He come from the city. He was showing them something new. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody jumping on the bandwagon?
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
And for long, I was ordained a deacon at the age of 12. Not junior,
Yeah.
full-fledged deacon.
Wow.
Didn't say I wanted it,
Yeah.
because I was still trying to, what did Hakeem say on Coming to America?
Mm-hmm.
I was still trying to sow some royal oaks.
Yeah. Yeah. We all were.
And so, as I was a deacon, and then at the age of 14, I felt like I'd been called into the ministry. Mm-hmm. So I started ministering, preached my first sermon October 8th, 1998. And been doing it ever since.
Man, that is a calling, man. I feel, you know, to even just to integrate that with the timeline of where you are now, because you've grown in it, Man, I mean, big time, Doc.
At the time, you said a calling, I thought it was a curse.
Did it feel like that?
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because on one side, I wanted to please God. And then you got to understand, too, back in the day, them old folk didn't put up with a lot of stuff that they put up with nowadays when it comes to ministry and being in the ministry and being in church.
Yeah.
Either you was on this side of the fence or you wasn't. There was no straddling the fence. So I preached my first sermon, and I felt like it was a curse because in my mind, I felt like I was trying to please the people on this side and please God. But on the other side, man, I'm missing out.
Yeah.
Because I ain't going to the parties.
Yeah.
I ain't doing the club scene.
Yeah.
I felt like I was missing out on life. So that was the curse side of it.
Yeah.
But then looking back now, I'm like, man, I was protected.
Yeah. Yeah, there was protection.
I was protected.
Yeah. But you couldn't know. It's just like a parent, you know what I'm saying, with a young child.
Yeah.
You know, they don't, sometimes when I was a young boy, I was always asking for mom and daddy to feed me, and then I started feeding myself, and then all of a sudden, it's like, I think I know more than them.
Yeah.
I'm 12, 13, I think I know more than them.
I went through that phase even when I first started preaching. Man, you boring. Now, I didn't sat under you all this time. Now that you didn't license me, man, you boring.
Yeah.
You can't teach me nothing.
Yeah.
You talking about the same stuff every week.
Yeah.
But then he brought it to perspective. He said, you don't think church will roll on without you? He said, I tell you what. He said, die. He said, come Saturday.
Yeah.
We're going to serve some chicken and Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up and say a few good things about you.
Yeah.
We're going to drop in that hole and put them dirt on top of you.
Yeah.
He said, and come Sunday morning, we still going to have church. I said, oh, man.
Help them, Lord.
Since you put it like that,
Yeah.
changed my whole perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that, man. I just never know what the experience of the walk is until you tell your story, man, because I would have never guessed that. Just jumping in that young. You know what I'm saying? Even with just being a deacon.
Yeah.
Because, man, I when I was 12, I wouldn't, man, look here. Like I ain't chasing salvation.
If you asked me if I wanted it back then, I'd have told you no.
So do you feel like even though your parents weren't religious or anything, did you feel like they pushed you to do that? Or
they were from the Sent tribe.
What that mean?
That means they sent you to church.
Oh yeah, I had. That's all my folk were like that.
But I also believe the community as a whole helped shape.
Yeah.
Because both churches worked together. They would send vans around and pick up all the kids and to get them to church, and they were a community back then. We don't do that no more.
Yeah, man. What you think happened though?
We don't. I don't want to say morals, but morals.
Yeah. Do you think COVID had a reason or had played a part?
No, because we were going down that road before COVID hit. Because back then, think about it. I could be at your house.
Yeah.
I do something wrong at your house. I'm going to get whooped.
Yeah.
At your house.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get home,
you going to get another?
They done already called.
Yeah.
Yo, boy, I'm going to get a nothing when I get home.
Yeah.
We've gotten away from that. Because now it's, you better not say nothing to my child.
Yeah. And they call them YNs now, just in case y'all want to know. They YNs.
You better not say, and they out of control. No respect.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
None.
No respect. So I get what you're saying, man, because at the end of the day, man, I realized that no respect. I grew up in a time, and you know this too, man. Respect goes a long way because that's what we want. You know, I ain't got to be your dad if you respect me.
No.
Man, I always go to the store. I quit going, man, because them young Negroes come over there with their pants halfway off their butts.
Man.
You know, with their J's on. And, man, I seen one of them tell the dude, he said, hey, man, look. He said, that man said, hey, young man, pull your britches up. The man said, man, do you know who I am? He said, man, I don't know who you is, young man, but, man, pull your britches up. Man, the dude started cussing him out. I ain't finna get this stuff. I'm gonna wait on you outside. Now, this guy, this was an older gentleman. I mean, I know every bit of, I want to say late 60s, early 70s. but he forgot where he was at.
We've lost the concept of training them at home,
Yeah.
and we want the teachers in the school district to do it. But
Oh yeah.
but then you want us to discipline them. So when we focus on discipline, the education drop, and then when the education drop, y'all should be focused on education and not discipline. So it's a lose-lose,
yeah.
especially when the parents are doing what they need to do at home.
Yeah. But I don't know, preacher. I just think some parents they might not be able, because you got to work first and foremost.
You got to work.
When you got time to sit there and deal with a child, when you really ain't making a whole lot of money, and then you got to work 2 or 3 jobs.
And see, that's where community used to come into play.
Yeah.
When mama was at work,
Yeah.
your neighbor
Yeah.
came over.
Yeah.
Y'all
You right.
good? Y'all hungry?
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Y'all done your homework?
Yeah.
Now, mama working, and ain't nobody checking on the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are there are having to raise their siblings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You ain't lying about that.
it's a tough situation.
Yeah, it is, man. Cause I know some folk, when they do that, they just say, "Man, no, don't let nobody over. You don't come over here checking on me.
Nah.
I'm good. My kids good.
Mm-hmm.
You just coming over here to be nosy."
And then we tell the kids, don't you open that door for nobody.
Man, I know I got whooped for that.
Me too.
I got whooped for
Me
that.
too.
Man, mama had that mac and cheese, that cheeseburger mac and cheese done. She said, "Now look, I got some food on that table. Got some cornbread and some and that hamburger help on now." I say, "Well, I don't want that. I want to go to the store and get me a honey bun and this, that, and the third." But I knew the rule. When you get off that bus,
Go to the house.
you go straight to that house and lock my door. And don't let nobody in there, and don't you come out of it. Well, needless to say, I didn't listen. And I was trying to figure out how mama knew I had went to the store. I ain't leaving no residue or no evidence. But it was a nice little old white lady right across the street. Told mama everything. Yeah, your boy left the house, and name was Miss Linda. I said, no, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. But I never knew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking I'm free. Mama said, now, when she got there, now she had some choice words for me, preacher. She said,
I can imagine. I can
didn't I
imagine.
tell you what? I said, Mama, no, I ain't did nothing. Whoever told you that lied. Ain't nobody told me. God told me. I said, well, I can't walk in that. If he told you that, hey, look here, I'm done.
Man.
But
Yeah.
end up getting whooped, man, and from then on, man, it was just it's just a fact of me listening.
Did you go back out that door again?
No, I ain't go back out that door.
So you learned your lesson.
Yeah,
You
man.
learned your
No, they
lesson.
say if you don't listen, man, you get whooped with many stripes.
Yeah.
And no, that's how God do you, but Bob gonna do you with 10,000 stripes. Yeah. See, God give you many. Bob gonna give you 10,000.
Bob go till she get tired.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, I said, nah, I can't do this no more. But in the end, I learned my lesson.
But that whooping conditioned you.
Man, you ain't lying.
You made up in your mind, man, going to that store wasn't worth it.
No, it
It
wasn't.
wasn't worth this.
No, it wasn't worth that. Picture. I think back to that whooping, man. I said, no, I can't do that no more. That was one of them whooping, man, that's on your timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you got the whelps and the bruises left, and you better not go to that schoolhouse and telling white folk what happened to you either.
You gonna get another one.
Yeah. That's what she told me.
We've gotten away from that.
Yeah, man, but what is the deal? Like, in a sense, how do we get back to, or even try to get back to even representing that of a community to where we have that kind of love in our community?
We have to. It has to be intentional. Nowadays, everybody wants the spotlight.
Yeah.
Think about it. Back to school coming up.
Mm-hmm.
How many back to school programs have you seen advertised already? And we ain't even hit August yet.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Everybody wants the spotlight.
Yeah.
But think about it. If we came together,
Yeah.
how much effective we could be in the community.
Yeah.
Everybody want to do their own thing to say it was us, it was me,
Yeah.
instead of we.
Yeah.
And that's we've adopted that me, myself, and our mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And you could never do anything by yourself. I mean, you could do so much by yourself, but if me and you together, how much more could we do?
Yeah, that's right. They, I learned this preacher. I don't know too much of the word, but he said a house divided can't stand.
Can't stand.
You see what I'm saying? So what you saying makes sense. A house divided can't stand.
We're the only community with this crab-like mentality.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Case in point, you can go to a church of another ethnicity,
Mm-hmm.
and the pastor can say, I need $10,000 by the time we get out of the service.
Yeah.
And I guarantee it, by the time they get out of service, they're going to have that money.
Yeah.
They ain't going to ask why. They ain't going to say what you're going to do with it. You stand up in front of one of ours, I need why. You already got that.
Yeah.
It's the mentality of our people.
Yeah.
Our mentality has to change back to community instead of individualism. And until that happened, as they used to say, we're up a creek without a paddle.
Yeah, I remember I seen some online, man. Black church man had asked for some money. He locked the doors on him. Ain't nobody going nowhere till you give me this in. Y'all need to stop that mess. That ain't God. That ain't God. You can't lock no door. Can't lock nobody in and take their money. That's called robbery.
It's not. I was in church one time, and the pastor was doing communion.
Uh-huh.
But they were also in the middle of a pledge drive.
Mm-hmm.
He said, this communion is only for folk that can pledge $500 or more.
Is that biblical, preacher?
No.
I ain't think it was.
So you mean to tell me God went to the cross for your paycheck?
No.
The Bible says salvation is free,
Yeah.
but it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you some time. It's going to cost you some commitment, some dedication.
Yeah.
We've gotten away from that.
Mm-hmm.
We want it our way right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. With all that being said, preacher, man, I just don't know, man. You try to look at the positive in things.
You have to.
Don't get me wrong. We try to do what we can on our end to educate. Not on our families, but others that mean something to us, man. But it's definitely. It's definitely a hard spot to be in, especially when you mean well, because nobody wants to stay good to be evenly spoken of.
No.
No. But you do want to make a presence of, of what you in and where you at. Because my grandpa always told me this. He said, "Look here, boy." He say, "Hey, whatever you do, whatever you came into, you always want to make it better than how you found it."
Mm-hmm. Better left leaving than it was when you found it.
Yeah, how you found it. And again, I didn't really understand that being a young man, but over time I got it.
It makes sense.
Because you never want to. And he was big on this too. He said, "Don't start something if you ain't gonna finish it, boy."
Yes, sir.
I just really thought my name was Boy. Because when he boy,
but that's the way they talked to us back then.
Yeah.
And we respected them. Wasn't talking back. We didn't question.
No, man.
If they walked in and said the sky was falling,
man, that Negro was 6'6".
We believed the sky was falling.
Yeah, man, I ain't fooling with him. Man, he was old, but he was built. He built pretty good. Man, that rocker that was built. Man, I was saying, "No, Papa." Man, I just knew how to butter him up, man. But I knew how to stay away too.
Mm-hmm.
When I knew I was full of it, I wouldn't go around my dad. I wouldn't go around nobody when I knew I was full of it.
Because they wasn't going for it.
No, they wasn't. I wasn't going for them either. Yeah, it worked both ways. It worked both ways. Hey, man, it just, man, being where we are in life, how would you feel, or how would you say, that your plateau, like where you are now, how can you measure the timeline of you going higher and higher and higher? Not only just in ministry, on your job, with all the hats that you carry.
If you let the wife tell it, I'm never satisfied. I always want. She say I always move the bar.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
Oh.
Not in my mind.
Yeah.
Because if I set the bar at a certain height,
yeah,
and you can get over that bar, and if I leave it there, you become complacent with where that bar is at. So you don't put forth the effort. Mm-hmm. But if I move that bar,
yeah,
you've got to do something different now to get up over that bar.
Yeah, you're right.
And education showed me that When I first started, got to thinking about college, I actually wanted to be a gynecologist.
Mm-hmm.
I did 1 day of internship, and I realized it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Did a 360. When did my first degree was in criminal justice. After the criminal justice degree, I got my master's in education.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went and got another master's in ministry.
Yeah.
Then the first doctorate I got was in psychology. I went back and got another one in ministry.
Yeah.
And then recently I just got another master's in behavior and special education, because I'm always trying to go higher.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be better tomorrow than I was today.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, the deck's already stacked against us.
Yeah. You right about that.
So you have to work 3 times as hard to stand out than other folk.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I got all these letters behind my name,
Yeah.
it's hard for them to say, we can no longer overlook him.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah. Yeah. You overqualified.
For a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
For a lot of stuff.
Well, guys, with that being said, man, we're gonna step aside. We're gonna take a break, man, and with our whistles, pay some bills, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna continue chopping it up with Dr. Willis Brooks, man. Hey, man, y'all stay tuned. You tuned in to the Chopping It Up podcast.
You vote for who your favorite sports team? Who you signing to? What's your deepest sports dream? AC the barber, he the man with the plan. Best cuts in the city, he the man, understand? AC the barber, he the man with the plan. Best cuts in the city, he the man, understand? And we be chopping it up. Word around town, we be chopping it up. AC the barber, he be chopping it up. Chopping it up. Chopping it up.